Hey guys, and finally, welcome to our Stranger Things Season 4 review. Took us quite a while to get through this one because you're looking at, 7 episodes. They're supersized episodes, some longer than, I think all of them longer than an hour. So it was over 8-9 hours of content that we had to go through in order to review this. And it's been 3 years since the last Stranger Things, and then there was a 2-year break in between 3 and 2, and there was a 1-year break between 1 and 2. So the breaks are getting a little longer. Of course, the pandemic happened and kind of slowed things down, but it did kind of put a damper on my hype for it, right? Until they released that trailer, you got this interesting Vecna, Freddy Krueger like villain. You get the kind of the other world, right? And we're getting more on that, and the Upside Down, and they're back. The crew is back, right? And so how did this go over with me as I was watching it? To be perfectly honest, I know I'm going to get downvoted. I know everybody's going to hate us, and I don't care, because here at the Angry Joe Show, we just give it to you, our brutally honest opinions. I think that this season was just too bloated. A lot of this thing was spinning the wheels. We added a bunch of new characters that I don't care about. And a lot of subplots that frankly go nowhere and aren't really contributing much, especially, how am I blanking on his name?
The new guy?
The sheriff,
Hopper.
Hopper, yeah, Hopper, not Topper. That's Hot Shots. Anyways, and to me, in my opinion, it started too slowly. And it was dull in parts, and it was repeating a lot of the same story beats that we've already seen, while simultaneously dragging out those subplots too long and adding in way too many new characters. That's my opinion. I know, and almost in a way, it's become too big for its own good, right? Bigger, badder, more badass comes to mind. They want to try to make it bigger, badder, and more badass. And to be honest, the visuals have never been better. The budget is high. It is a lot darker. I mean, people are dying in gruesome ways. Nobody that we care about, but people are dying in gruesome ways.
It's there, yeah.
But it's there. So while they made it bigger, better, more badass, I think they went some notches too far to where it's bloated in places and, frankly, kind of boring. Wanted to scan through a lot of the episodes. For me, episode 4 and 7, that's where it's standing out. And I'm actually excited for the last 2 episodes, because that's going to be releasing in July. I'm amped, but I felt like I went through a lot of filler to get there. You know?
For me,
what do you think?
It felt like it was a brand. They treated it like a brand new series. We're doing like character introductions. It's like we're on season 4. Like we know these characters. We don't need to redo all these things and reintroduce all the. It's like we're at the 4th season. I think that you're not starting on season 4, right? So you can get to the point. And it felt like it was taking too long for them to get to the fucking point in the first couple episodes, because it dragged ass. And I get what they're setting up. I like the direction that they're going. We had to slog through some shit to get there. It's like you can explain to me very quickly that Elle's getting bullied and she's not having a good time. But they just decided they were just going to drag that shit on. And I do not care. Don't care at all. Not at all. Stop it.
Yeah, 1 bully scene is good for me. I don't need 3, you know.
And it just kept going.
And 4,
it's
actually.
the build-up. It's like, all right, now she's really getting
But I liked it. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I love all the stuff in the experimental area. The flashbacks are great.
Yes.
That's where it's strong.
Well, I feel like the opposite of you guys. I'm actually I am enjoying this, but I do agree the first couple episodes, or first 2 episodes, are kind of slow. But it actually picked up for me, and I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, same with me. It picks up at the end.
Episode.
Episode 7, definitely, for sure. Episode
I like
4,
Eddie.
where Max is in
Eddie.
trouble. You like Eddie?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about
I
all
like
of the
Eddie
new
too.
characters. What do you guys think of some of the new characters?
Eddie is pretty fucking cool. He's one of the guys that I would love to play some D&D with.
Eddie reminds me of some of the dudes
I
I
was like,
used to
man,
play D&D
this guy's
with.
fucking rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I was like, I don't want him to die or anything.
Hellfire
Actually,
Club.
care about that one.
We never had fucking T-shirts or anything, but
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
It's
though.
hard to make
Yeah,
you care about new characters, especially
But
when
it
we're this
worked.
far in and you think Eddie works.
Yes.
What about anybody else?
The asshole is great at being an asshole. The jock.
For me, that's not
yeah.
working. That's one of the subplots that's not working. It's like, come on. I mean, it's just,
It's
so
fun.
played out.
Like,
and
yeah, it is
they're
played out, but it's so
hunting 'em
stupid.
down.
You're supposed to hate him, which
Yeah.
you fucking
he's
hate him.
he's captain of the ski team or
He's-
or whatever.
yes.
His name's Blake or Chad or and I've got two buddies named Blake or Chad. But it's just like he's that like 80s dude. His dad owns a dealership. And he just looks down on everyone else, and it is overwritten and overacted, and it is kind of dumb. But I think I'm giving them the pass
tropes, like
because
80s.
they're putting it
They
in
do
on
it.
purpose. I think they are trying to do that on purpose.
Yeah, and the thing I like about this too, like the way they put these characters, I actually do like them as opposed to what season was it? When they introduced the new people, the emo 11.
Oh, you're right.
I was like,
Joe.
it didn't do that.
Okay.
It didn't do that. So I'm going to give it credit for
looking
that.
back, I think it's better than season 3 subplot.
Yes.
Yo, sure. No, you're actually making me soften on it a little bit, a little rough on
Because I
it.
thought I was
just
going to hate him. I was like, no, Eddie's pretty cool. Like, I would hang out with the guy.
Yeah. And what about the subplot? So the subplot's working for you. Like, for example, we've got
The Russian.
Joyce going and trying
Getting
to
Hopper.
figure out how to get to him. Then we're flying there. Then we're rescuing him. And then the subplot of Hopper within the actual prison with a Russian soldier that he kind of befriends and betrays, or betrayal.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? That to me
that
is where
weaker.
it's not working.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. That's the weaker aspect of it. That one, I'm just like, okay, let's go back to the main plot because this isn't working out for me. So that's the part where I'm like, okay, I could fast forward through this.
I feel the same way. That is actually I feels kind of like the whole series where it just starts off too fucking slow, and they didn't need to start off that. Like we could have gotten to the juicier bits within that storyline, introduce some of the underground stuff that is happening there, that is present there, and really ramped up the excitement and the attention and just the enjoyability of that storyline because it's not enjoyable. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just kind of meandering, and we just
I don't like it.
if you're going to give me an hour and 10 minutes for these episodes, I know we are constantly give me more.
Yeah.
This is not the stuff we want more of.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I do want to point out this feeling that I'm getting, that it doesn't feel like a story they wanted to tell from the beginning. You know what I mean? But rather something they came up with. Right, like a team of writers in a room and focus groups that are now being past this. Okay, all right, how do we do this? It's like, man, I like it when series are planned, and it's getting a little bit of the lost thing. But I think that the people that they got and the way it's going is the right choice. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, I agree with where they're going, and I'm excited with where they're going, but it just kind of sucks because it felt like it was so meandering, and it feels like it's being, I just wish it was like a story that they wanted to tell from the beginning, but it might still be
Yeah,
satisfying.
it's
I'm
just too
still
popular.
along.
They had to like drag it along.
Yeah, I'm still along for the ride.
Yeah.
And it managed to grab me just barely there at the end, but I feel like Stranger Things, kind of got a little played out, and by the end of this, I'm not sure I want a season 5 because I feel like
I think it
could
needs
end
to stop.
here.
I
I think it needs to stop.
I agree.
Because if they defeat Vecna or whatever, then that's it. I don't give a fuck about 5. And if they fucking tease Vecna survives and maybe there's a I
That's
don't
too
know. I don't know
much.
about 5. But
I do not
so
want a 5.
that feeling was confirmed because when I went over to look at the writing, commenting on the previous season's ending, Ross Duffer Brothers, divulged a process of connecting the story arcs between seasons. He says, "We don't want to write ourselves in a corner, so we try to have these early discussions with the writers just to make sure that we're setting ourselves up to go in the right direction." I picked up on that immediately.
Yeah.
We don't know a whole lot. But we do know a lot of the big, broad strokes. I said, come on, man. All right. And then at the end of the season 2, it blah, blah, blah. We knew that the Russians are going to come in. We didn't know about the mall and stuff. But again, we know broad strokes. So that's broad strokes. So that's what we're doing here for season 4. We have big, broad strokes. It's just about filling in these little details. And we're pretty excited about where it's potentially going to go. So, and I can feel that. where it's kind of overstuffed in some areas. And it may be that it's a victim of its own success, where Netflix is like, yes, here's more money. I want them to be longer. I want people on our service for longer. And it might be at the detriment of the integrity of the series. But ultimately, because we have some talented actors, we have some talented writers, and just the cool premise, it is working by the end. So, let's talk. Other subplots. We got Nancy.
The subplot is we got that one, the Russian
Nancy,
one.
Detective Nancy. Mm-hmm. So, did you like that Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger
I did.
himself?
I did like that. They're trying to find out more about this mysterious character. The other one, I don't really. The other character, what's his name?
Which one are you talking about?
I'm trying to find out. The other subplot is they're trying to find 11 because 11 got kidnapped.
Right.
And that squad.
Yeah.
That team, I don't really care about that one. That's another little weaker one for me.
I agree, and I think that Vecna is cool, but he's a pale comparison to Freddy Krueger.
Oh, for sure.
But by the end of episode 6,
this guy, remember
Argyle? Okay.
Yeah. The guy with the long ass hair that was smoking weed.
Yeah. We'll try not to do too many spoilers in this section. So anything else that you guys want to talk about? One thing I do want to talk about is the stakes or the danger element. Honestly, I feel like too many people have plot armor, and the people that are dying are people that they created just to go and die. You know what I mean? At one point in episode 4, honestly, at the end of episode 4 is the only time we have one of ours in danger. Max is in danger, and and it ends kind of the way you think it ends, but it got me invested. It's like, oh fuck, this is what gets you invested. So I need to put more characters in danger. Now that could be episodes that are coming up, right? The last two episodes. So I'm not giving it too much shit for there, but I am starting to see, because we have such a large roster of characters, we have a large roster of returning characters.
You know what's gonna happen.
There's a lack of tension because nobody's put in danger other than
I needed an established character, and it doesn't have to be a main character, right? I needed an established character in the first couple episodes.
Do you think
die.
somebody's gonna die by the end of the season?
It's too late. I mean, I needed it early in the season because, I mean, honestly, I watched the first couple episodes and it's like,
dying.
I don't want to watch this.
Yeah,
I needed someone's, like, one of the mothers or someone that we know established from previous
seasons. So there's
seasons.
that weight of the threat.
Holy
of
shit,
Vecna.
this is real. It's just like
these motherfuckers can kill anybody.
Yeah, you see a new, and you just don't have any of that here. And then even when we get some tension later on, I knew that no one was going to die.
So I'm looking at the cast here. Who do you think could do? Maybe Lucas. We're doing this.
Main kids. I don't know if they can go
I
into
don't
the
think
main
they're gonna go with
kids.
the main kids.
It has to be a later season edition, perhaps, or
Steve.
Don't
oh,
kill
if you kill
no,
Steve, we riot.
I will
I'm
be
check
fucking
Steve at all
pissed.
costs.
Joe, I think he's
No.
gonna sacrifice
No.
his life.
That is a
Don't
very
kill,
Steve thing to do.
no.
I'm sorry, Joe. It's coming. I feel like if there's anybody at danger, I think it's him. And then one final subplot I would want to talk about is the sports versus D&D. I mean, we got a little into that a little bit.
It's a cult, man.
Yeah, he's kind
It's a
of
satanic cult.
what was it? Way back in the. So he's playing basketball, and he scores the final buzzer, and he wins. So he becomes a part of the. What do you call it? The jocks, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to play D&D anymore. But
wants to
now
be
at
cool
this point, he's realizing, I kind of fucked up.
These people are going vigilante justice, murdering people.
Yeah.
Let's maybe not join them.
But I guess it's fine because you can. I mean, this stuff happens all the time. You get allured by the clique. You got a gang. You got new friends and popularity. But you really should stick with the people who really care about you. So it's good. And like I said, there are high moments in this season, particularly episodes 4 and 7 for me that really stand out. But a lot of the other stuff feels like it's spinning wheels, especially when we're in Russia. Like, I really do not care. Because I know eventually Hopper's going to meet back up with
Yeah, I'm
the
like,
other
just
team.
get it over with. Let's just bring Hopper home and let's continue the story. That's the weaker part for me.
Yeah, he needed to be there, and the Demogorgon duel. Very first episode, Demogorgon destroys the base because it's more powerful than they realize. He gets out, and then we get to move on instead of
they dragging it out as if they're as important as the kids.
I was like, no, you're getting
half the kids aren't as important as the other half of the kids.
Exactly.
The fucking quest.
Go ahead, Joe. I already know what you're gonna say.
No, I was gonna say kill Jonathan.
Why?
Instead of Steve.
Okay. You want to kill Jonathan?
Jonathan is not even on the same tier as Steve.
Here's the
exactly.
thing.
That's what I'm saying. Get rid of Jonathan. Keep Steve.
All right, guys. Well, fuck. What was I gonna say? They forgot somebody's birthday. At the skating ring.
Oh.
No, so the writers forgot the birthday of one of the characters. What's his name? The kid that got captured. Why am I blanking on his name? Will, the kid that hasn't been a part of the series. Will is he's a nothing character, and I can't even barely remembered his name. So apparently, in previous seasons, they gave a date for Will's birthday. And then in this season, when they went to the skating ring, they actually said what day it was, and it was Will's birthday. And there's one shot of Will, like, looking like, while there's bullying shit going on. But it might look, maybe he knows it's his birthday, but the writers admitted later on, the Duffer Brothers, oh, we fucked up. We forgot.
Everyone forgets about Will. Who gives a shit?
So I just thought it was so perfect. I wanted to bring it up. I even forgot Will's name. That everybody forgets about Will. I just wish Will was a stronger, had more purpose here, really get the core people more involved. But ultimately, I never thought that after all the series that we've watched on Disney Plus, that I would be over here, I'm desperate for them to have longer running times. I never thought I'd be like, okay, less running time over here with Netflix. So tighten it up. Let's go final verdicts.
Final verdicts. I am enjoying this. I don't really care about some of the subplots that we talked about and mentioned, but I think everyone's doing a great job, and I'm really invested.
We'll save that for the spoiler.
Yeah, I'm really invested in what the mysteries, without spoiling anything, and what's going to happen. Yeah, I wish there would be more tension, and we have better ideas.
Yeah. So
I'm probably going to go with an 8 for this one.
Okay, let me jump in before Alex says, because I did want to cover two more things. So we've got the flashbacks. Not really a flash. Well, yeah, flashbacks too, with the CGI 11 as she's younger, and we get more context what actually happened in the labs.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. Obviously, her father,
Papa.
Papa comes back and is working with the scientists in order to restore her powers, and she has to do something that goes against her trusting them again, right? So that she can get the powers to be able to fight and help the team out. And so all that stuff worked for me. And we'll talk about it. And the orderly that is talking to her, I think that's fascinating and what we do there. And we learn like what happened during the what do you call it? The breakout or the incident that kind of kicked off the entire Stranger Things. So I'm very, very happy that they're tying that up and we're getting a reveal of that.
Yeah, and as you said, I want this to be the last.
Yeah.
Do not do anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right, 8 out of 10 from OtherJoe Alex.
This started off really low for me, like really low.
Me
I was
too.
super, super upset with how slow it was. It felt like they forgot that they had 3 previous seasons, and they may not have had to set everything up the way that they did. And so I was really down on the first probably 3 episodes. Now, there's flashes in those episodes that are great, right? Mm-hmm. When we actually get to the point and we're driving the purpose for season 4 forward. Mm-hmm. And so it actually really started to pick up around episode 4. 5 and 6 and 7, like we continue to ramp up. So it feels weird. I'm trying to decide between a 6 or 7. I think I'm going to go with the 7 based on how good it has picked up.
Yeah.
But it was real bad in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's just because there's no tension in a lot of the storylines. I'm not interested in many of the storylines. We're rehashing things that don't need to be rehashed. We know who these characters are. But when it's actually getting to the point, when we're on the Vecna storyline, when we're on the main group of kids actually doing things that matter to the story, I'm really, really, really enjoying that. The problem is everything else is really pales in comparison, and it's kind of a chore to watch those scenes.
Yeah. I'm with you, Alex. While Joe's very positive and started making me more positive about it, I'm going to stick with my guns because there's 7 episodes here, okay? And I only really was like for 4 and 7, right? The rest, I had little bits and flashes, like you said, but mostly it was like, so, you know, some are fuck. None of them are bad. No way. None of them are bad. They take too long and they can be dull and boring in parts, but they're not bad. But I'm talking 5s and 6s, right? And then some good episodes, like 8s up in there. So if I averaged it all out and I say first half, we're not gonna do individual episode ratings this time. This is just too much packed in.
Yeah.
This video would be 5 hours long, right? So instead, I'm gonna aggregate them all into a slightly above average, an above average show. Stranger Things 4 first half is above average. It's a 6 out of 10. Now, the potential, and really only because that episode 7 and 4, and now we're in some good territory. And these final 2 episodes, I think they can really, knock it out of the park and bring it back up to that 8, 9, 10 territory that I know Stranger Things is capable of. But if I'm being perfectly honest with myself, I was like kind of bored. And scanning through and trying to let's get it going until we got to the good parts, So, anyways, that's our opinion. Are you guys feeling that too? Are you feeling a little atrophy from all these seasons? Do you really care? Did you get back invested perfectly? And how do you feel about Vecna, which I think is one of the stronger things? There's kind of a reveal or a twist in the end that we'll get to in our spoiler section. But otherwise, leave your comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys. Hey guys, welcome to Stranger Things Season 4 first half. First 5,
Way
fifth,
more than
5,
half.
fifth, sixths. I don't fuck. Of the season 4. So let's talk about it. Alex. What is the big reveal of the season there?
Elle is getting bullied, and we spend 5 hours on her getting bullied, and that goes nowhere because she eventually goes to jail, but they break her out of jail immediately. So I don't care. That's the reveal.
No,
that wasn't the reveal.
No,
that's not what I was
not
supposed
the
to get for the
reveal.
first 3 episodes.
No, the first 3 episodes, yes.
It turns out that there is another gateway under Hawkins, and there is this big bad, the Dark Wizard, Vecna. They keep, they make up all that.
Vecna is the general to the Mind Flayer. If you think the Mind Flayer is the big bad guy, then you've got Vecna, who he was kind of using in order to continue to operate portals.
Yeah, and so Vecna has been actually operating in Hawkins for some time. And this now Vecna's back. Seems to be preying on people with past traumas and things that are eating at them, guilt and so on and so forth. And when that stuff's going, it's going really well. I mean, violent.
They are.
Oh, it's crazy.
I was like, holy shit.
Eyes imploding. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah, that was cool. Could you imagine how you would scar little kids if one of the main characters got fucked up like that? Max was about to be, right?
About to.
I never will for a second fear that Max.
No, I never for a second.
Because they dragged ass so long, it's like no one in this dies. Like seriously, had they had not Will's mom, because Joyce is too important to the story.
Yeah, not Joyce,
but like
somebody's mom.
Yeah. You know the
like
mom.
His dad. His dad is such an annoying.
What's the kid's name?
I
Yeah,
forget.
Finn Wolfhart's mom or dad. If one of them had died, all right. Now it's like wow, this is an established character, been around for 4 seasons, and now we know that there's actually a threat. This is just like, hey, there's a new character. That guy's dead.
That guy dead.
That
girl's
yeah, because
dead.
that's what I liked about the
Cheerleader.
other one before. Billy is like they killed Billy off. I was like, damn.
Yes,
okay. Yeah.
that's what we're talking about, and that's why I think Steve is. That's why I think somebody that we
Jonathan's
care.
Someone
Jonathan
big. Oh,
is-
you said care about. I don't care about Jonathan.
No, nobody cares about Jonathan. That's why. That's
Nancy
the good
does.
choice, but the bad choice is
Does
Steve.
she?
Right?
But the one that will weigh your heart heaviest is gonna be Steve.
No, don't go
Oh,
Steve.
anyway.
We riot.
We
Yep.
riot. We don't watch season 5. If
Kill
Steve's
Steve
gone,
and
we
we
don't
riot.
watch. We don't watch Steve.
No.
All right. But no. So you're right. And then the final reveal is in the previous laboratory. There was an orderly who was kind of
Peter.
helping her along. What
Peter.
Right. And at first you think, oh, it's just a helper or whatever. But then he slowly starts to get a little darker with what he's saying, and then you realize at a point, and it's revealed that he is experiment 001, number 1, right? And he's the one that actually fucking murders people. So it's Eleven's carrying around all this guilt because they were bullying her for reasons.
Every kid is a bully. in this.
Everybody's a piece of shit down there, and she fights them and fucks them up, and they fuck her up and shit. And so you just assume that she fucking lost her shit and murdered everyone. Not so. What was it?
Yeah, that it was number 1.
It was number 1. He's like, all right, I'm going to help you. And I killed off
You're
everyone
special.
in a pretty violent way.
Yeah.
That was a pretty awesome scene.
It was awesome scene because 11 rebels against him, and they have a fight. And so they're going at it, 11 versus 1, and then she manages, just through sheer fucking force of will and anger, she's bleeding, to slam him through the fucking wall, and it opens
To
up
the
a
other
goddamn
side.
portal, and he gets put into the upside down. And so then, as he's falling, his skin is all getting all fucked
Transformation.
up, and he's transforming into Vecna. So the big reveal is Vecna is number 1. So there's personal stakes there. There's personal past trauma between setting up a final battle between.
She defeated him
11
once before. She could
She
do it
defeated
again.
him, but now you're in my realm.
He's like, no.
Yes.
So that I'm excited for. I'm
Psychic
looking forward to
battle.
that. At first I was like, I don't really give a fuck about Vecna because it's not the mind play. He's a general. We already defeated the main thing, or did we? I don't know. Is there more? What's going on here? No, it's right now. It's just Vecna. And so I didn't care. But slowly, via the threat of Vecna, I was like, all right, let's fucking do this. Now that it was the orderly and he's a fucking piece of shit, let's have 11 attack him and kill him. Now, whether they go season 5 and bring back Mind Flayer, or it's a piece of Vecna, Vecna's
Nah, I'll be
child.
checked out.
fucking know. Yeah, exactly. So, what else? So where does the Russia storyline go, Joe? Like, what is
Nowhere.
the final?
It goes nowhere.
What's
No, so
It does.
basically,
gets-
Joyce and I keep forgetting his name. They're holding
research
Hopper
guy.
for ransom,
Conspiracy.
and they have to go get some money. They get $40,000 or something like that,
$40,000.
and they get betrayed and they get knocked out, and then they go to the plane,
Mhm.
and what's his name? I'm gonna forget his name.
Hopper is still alive, and this Kooky
Murray.
Yuri
Yeah.
or something. I don't know what his name was.
Murray.
Murray.
My fingers are like arrows.
He knows karate and becomes a little badass shirt. I guess my fingers like arrows and stuff like
Yeah,
that. He
my
fights
arms
the
are like
guy.
iron. My feet
I'm
are
like,
like
okay, that was
spears.
dumb,
Shut
but
up.
I'll allow it. It's funny.
It is.
He knocks the guy unconscious, and then they escape and crash a plane.
And they
And they-
survive.
In the
They
Russian
survive somehow,
Mhm.
and then they're gonna go save Hopper.
Yeah, Hopper is held prisoner, and he's forced to fight
A
Demogorgon, and the Russians get fucked up. They manage to kind of shut it out
Escape.
and escape. So and then another plot line we've got
The shitty kids
the
plot
kids: Max, Dustin, Erica, Steve, Nancy,
line. Oh, I
Robin,
like those
Lucas.
kids.
I like
I
that
meant
one.
the
There's
shitty.
2 teams
Yeah.
though. Yeah, there's
That's
two
A
the
teams.
ones,
team.
the ones that are looking for 11.
There's
Those-
F team.
Yeah, what's F team? Tell me a little
The
bit
forgettable
about F team.
fucking shitty kids.
Yes,
The
Jonathan.
stoner guy, Argyle, and then there's Jonathan and Finn Wolfhard, who I don't remember his fucking name.
Wait,
And then Bullcut.
Mike.
Mike and Bullcut are driving around the country, and they visit Hacker Man, who is Dustin's girlfriend, and she lives in a weird house. And
Yeah, I
that's-
expected more from her in this season because it's Dustin's girlfriend, but now she's.
yeah,
What kind of?
Kinda.
Yeah, this is a weird house.
yeah.
Anyways.
Guy, the
It's
guy
weird
just
scene.
has
Anyway, she helps him out, and
and they figure out where to go, and
okay.
they kind of that storyline definitely happened.
Yeah.
I watched it. I had to.
And then the basketball team or the fucking school jocks believe that fucking Eddie had killed the girlfriend through satanic power.
Called because
and
of their Hellfire Club.
Yeah, they get the fucking fervor in them. I guess just like parents are like, don't play that shit. Like my mom
I
made
was
me
gonna
throw
say,
away.
like that's relatable. You should
Yes.
know.
Yeah, I had first edition Magic cards, like expensive ones. I didn't have like Black Lotus or anything. I had that Black Devil Satan that's like super big and it costs a lot. And she made me throw away all those things because she's super religious. Like, no, Mom! And
Devil.
I was tricking her, and that's why, because I was tricking her. I said, Mom, it's fine. Look, I play white. Look at this. And I show her the card, and it's like angels. And she's like, oh, okay. Like that. But she didn't, later on, she found out.
Nope.
See, it's like, but they're fucking cards. And I shit you not, I don't remember, I don't want to say who, but I was at somebody's wedding, and this girl that was there, we were talking with her, and
know
she
what you're talking
believed that there was a conspiracy theory behind Pokemon cards and Magic cards, that the CEOs and the suits are all fucking satanic worshipers, and they're influencing our children, and they literally have meetings.
in.
There are people out there like that. It blew me away.
That's what I'm saying.
I,
like,
wouldn't
this is-
I wouldn't leave her alone, by the way, the whole thing. I was just fascinated.
Tell me more.
By, yes.
About
That's
the
how he
secret
was.
cabal.
That's
You
like,
know I was
I
around her
know.
the
He's
whole
like,
fucking time.
okay,
Tell me more.
please
Like,
explain.
But
Explain.
then
I was-
how does this work? And she always adds something. And she's like, the devil works in mysterious, or not, that's the Lord works in mysterious ways. But she said the devil has a grip on people, and you can't explain it.
Where can I find these people? I want to
Fuck,
join them.
Are you kidding me? Anyways, off track. So the jocks want to fucking kill everybody, and
Yeah.
they come after him in the boat. It's like, really? You're that? I mean, you're that fucking
Blinded by rage.
blinded by rage that you're gonna be swimming in a nasty ass lake and shit is happening, and that motherfucker gets flown up into the air and
It's crumpled like
Crumpled
a,
up.
It's
like
like,
a
yep,
can.
Eddie did it. It's like, what? How the
Holy
fuck,
fuck.
do you think Eddie did it?
how do I do this? I'm just as
Satanic.
scared as you are.
Yeah. It's like, holy shit, that's not me, man.
And then at some point we get the team going into the upside or some kind of portal world. It's the upside down, right? It's
It's
just
the
dark.
Watergate.
It's not red.
They call it
it's
the Watergate. I think.
Watergate, right? And right, because they go underwater, and then we have these creatures come, these gargoyles, and you think you're gonna die because it takes a lot to kill one, and they're gonna fuck you up. But no, they get out of it somehow. And then they, through even more research, and Max and everybody are realizing that Vecna kind of hangs out at his fucking house, while simultaneously they talk to the Robert Englund's character who is in prison.
Psych ward, yeah.
Henry Creel, and it turns out that the family, they showed flashbacks to this family before and these things happening. Well, it turns out that little fucking kid was number one and was doing like all this fucked up shit. And I guess that's why either his mom put him in the program or got rid of him or something, because I don't know how he ends up at the
The mom died first.
oh, that's right. But she
Yeah.
must have called. Like, well, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like maybe they'll explain it in
Government
the next two
spooks show
episodes.
up, and he's in a coma because they said he was in a coma for a
Oh,
while.
I think so.
And so they probably just take him from the hospital.
And they put that little chip on him or something.
So that was a pretty cool reveal, and then it ties into the Vecna, and then we see him transform from the battle with 11. So I liked all that shit, but that shit is mostly in 4 and 7. The rest of it is,
The rest of the team doing random
rest of
stuff.
the team doing stuff, and sometimes it's good with the Nancy and
Yeah, so they get
Steve.
stuck in the other side, and they try to find a way out. They communicate with the other team, Dustin's house, with the lights. And it's like, hey,
Oh,
come
right.
get us. And they
Yes.
start playing with the little light up thing.
That's cool.
So
Light
that was
bright.
pretty cool. Light bright. That's what it's called.
I
And
had
then
one
they
of
figure
those.
it
Did you have
out.
one?
They, yeah, they threw a little blanket up there, make a little rope, and then they capture Nancy.
Yep. Oh, that's right. Yep. Okay. So
Nancy is gone.
we've got a set. That's what I'm
but
saying,
she's
Joe.
not
Who's
gonna
gonna
die.
go? Yeah, I know, but somebody might have to die to get Nancy out there. What do you think?
Jonathan.
Okay.
John
fine.
is going to show up.
Yeah.
There's actually a pit somewhere in Utah, wherever the fuck they're driving around for no reason. He's going to smoke so much weed he gets transported to the underground.
Yes.
Argyle has a strain. He's like, this man will send you to another world, bro.
So that's
All right,
exactly
Joe.
what we need.
Yeah.
So let's wrap this up. The final 2 episodes. How do you think it's gonna go down, or how do you hope it's gonna end?
No, obviously, the next 2 episodes, the next one is going to be like them trying to save Nancy. So,
So
they gotta
first
go
off,
back.
let me just say this before you respond. Chapter 8 is called Papa, and the final episode is called The Piggyback. Uh-oh. That kind of gives me like a cliffhanger thing. Piggyback. Anyway, what do you
So
think?
they're
with
gonna
Papa and
go over
Piggyback?
there and save Nancy. Hopefully, Steve doesn't do anything stupid. 11's gonna get her powers back next episode,
Yep.
and the
Probably
final,
in
the
the
final,
Papa.
That's Papa, yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
and then the face off
In the
episode
Piggyback,
9.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's maybe how they defeat him, by piggybacking off something. I don't know.
Doing something to get to the underground and doing something.
don't know how exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you think Vecna will be defeated, or do you
Yes.
think he will be temporarily stopped for season 5?
Defeated.
All right, we
Better
shall,
be defeated.
we shall
Because you
see.
lost me if there's a season
Okay, you're gonna
5.
choose. You're gonna choose defeated. I'm gonna choose. I think they're gonna drag it out. I think it's gonna be temporarily, because who's left? The Mind Flayer? I thought he died.
There's
or-
a huge underground.
the
Maybe it's
creatures.
filled with.
I guess the creatures, but that's not as fun.
They got leaders, they got kings, and they got a god. We got to go for the god.
Yeah, there's
No, we did the god already, the Mind Flayer. Then we did the general. So now we're just gonna do the cook.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. Anyways, tell us what you think, guys. What they're gonna do, because I do think they are ending it in season 5. Like it's like a hard end. I hope, because if it goes beyond season 5,
Is this
now
called the
we're-
final season? Is this called? No. Okay.
The Russians are going to make their own demigorgons, and that they got to stop them.
Yeah. So where did that go? Because we didn't get it. It didn't go anywhere.
They're going to
How many-
weaponize demigorgons, right?
Stranger Things. Yeah.
It could happen.
I can't find an immediate answer here. I'm delaying for
Better not
time.
be.
Okay, there it is. The good news is the show has been renewed for season 5 before season 4 ever aired. The bad news is the 5th season will be its last. Well, this guy thinks it's bad news. I think it's good news. 7 years ago, we planned out the complete story arc for Stranger Things.
No, you didn't.
But you said the opposite.
Broad strokes. Okay, they know the broad strokes.
The broad strokes.
No.
Gotcha. It was the details they're filling in. All right. Anyways, that's it for us. Thank you all guys so much for watching, and we will meet back with you in July the 1st is when both episodes come out. So shortly after July the 1st. So it gives us some time to watch it, because I hear these are even more supersized episodes.
Good. If it's the good part, then I want more.
Yeah.
Me too. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe show. Bye, guys.